Hey everyone, Andrew from Snakeworks. I am getting ready for the main Reptile Expo tomorrow, and everything on this table is stuff that I am bringing with me. I'm going to go through it piece by piece. You can use it as a checklist for yourself if you're thinking of vending a Reptile Expo. 99% of this stuff stays in a bin, that one underneath the table, pretty much year round in my garage. So once you get it assembled, it's pretty easy. You might need to replenish stuff every now and then. But let's see what I got. Right here, just some containers for my snakes. I treated the paper towels in there with permethrin, and we'll go over what permethrin is and why you may choose to use it and how to use it correctly later on in this video. Here's some cash. Of course, people are going to be handing you money, and if you're selling a $75 animal, someone gives you $80, you're gonna need to have cash in hand. You don't want someone just hanging out at your table while you're running around frantically looking for change. So bring about $100 in small bills, 5s, 10s, 20s, whatever you feel comfortable with. And I mean, it's not the end of the world. I'm sure whoever's vending next to you might have some change too, but better to be prepared. Over here, I have two different heat sources. I probably will not be using these tomorrow. I think it's gonna be like 80 degrees out in Maine, maybe a little bit cooler. The venue will probably heat up with thousands of people in it. But in the cooler months, I'll take these as a backup. But these are seed mats. They're for heating up seeds into little seedlings so you can grow them into plants. $10 each on Amazon, maybe even cheaper. And I put them underneath my snake containers at the show and turn them on and off using a power strip as needed. I realize I don't have my temperature gun on this table. Temperature gun is necessary if you're going to be using these so you can monitor exactly what's going on during the show. All right, snake bags. I have ones for this year's hatchlings, bigger ones for older animals. Just bring a variety. Paper towels. You never know what's going to happen. Sometimes snakes poo or pee at the show. You want to be able to clean your stuff up quickly and efficiently so people aren't looking at you like you're a horrible snake keeper when there's poo everywhere on your table. So, paper towels. This right here, these are my banners, the Snakework banners. You might see them at the shows. So, I mean, not necessary. If it's your first show, you know, don't lose sleep over not having your branding up, but it's a good idea to get something like that. Duct tape. Duct tape I like to use to tape down my extension cord so there's no tripping hazards around the table. Some places probably require it. I see a lot of people not doing it, but that's my personal preference just for safety. Here's another one. So this is Pest Strip. This is a little piece of poison inside of, I don't know, 2-ounce deli cup with some holes poked in the top with a soldering iron. So what I do is on the way home, I'm going to pull all of these out of a sealed shoebox container, and I'm going to put them inside of not only my snake container over here, but that container on the ground. And for the ride home, I'm just going to let that poison move around and fumigate anything that might be hitchhiking home with me. This is a great way to ensure you're not bringing anything home other than your snakes. All right, this right here, well, that probably belongs next to the lights, but these are the wires that hook up my LED lighting. I have two power strips. I plug this one in, and I plug this one into this one. This one right here, I'm able to turn on and off as needed for these. And that goes back to having a temperature gun because there's no thermostat with this setup. So if it's cool, I turn them on and off about every 20 minutes. Those get up to something like, I don't know, 82 degrees. They don't do much. So it's not a huge deal, but you should be monitoring it constantly. And if you see your snakes in sign of distress, obviously there's an issue. So temp gun and the ability to turn it on and off. And of course, this runs at my lights and the heat pads, and the extension cord connects all that to the wall. Trash bag, you're going to want something to throw refuse in case there's not one right close to you. phone charger that can get plugged in to the power strip so you don't lose a means of taking payment. I know I had this. This is from Square. I paid like $100 for this thing. And at this point, you don't even really need it anymore because I can take payments right on my phone, but I bring it as a backup. Gloves, just in case you have to clean up poo. See, paper towels, gloves, just gonna make your life a lot easier. I have these Allen wrenches go to my lights, which I'll show in a minute, in case I need to make any last minute adjustments. I do have some rubber bands, random bags and whatnot, just in case. And it also helps to get some of this stuff back into an organized fashion. Zip ties. Zip ties fix everything on our planet. I use this to hang up my banner. And honestly, if anything else were to go wrong, you could just do a quick zip tying. It'll probably save your day. So these are the inserts I put inside of the ARS display case. Obviously, you don't need an ARS display case, but you just need something that's like that if it's your first show, just to be able to secure the animals so people can see them. These are also treated with permethrin, and I'll get to that in a minute. That's that yellow bottle. So those are just extras. I already have everything set up as the show's tomorrow. Pen, receipt book. Some places require you to provide receipts if asked. So, it's like $1 at Walmart. Why not grab it? This is my tablecloth. I have both a 6-foot and 8-foot tablecloth. These are like $5 or $6 on Amazon. I also treated those with permethrin. We're gonna get to permethrin soon. Here are markers, chalk markers for marking my display case. They also work on the plastic, and there's some Sharpies in there just in case. But again, this is another like few dollars at Walmart. They're actually not in the pen section. They are in the arts and crafts section, just an FYI. All right, so then we have extension cord, ARS display case. Nice, makes things look professional, but not absolutely necessary. Moving over here. So these are my LED lights. I have 2 pairs there. They kind of just twist onto the table. So those are nice. This is part of my banner stand. And here's another part of the banner stand, telescoping. I think this is like $100 or something on Amazon. It's really, really chintzy, cheap stuff. So be careful if you purchase something like this. These little plastic twists on here, if they break, like nothing is gonna work. So go gently with this. I've done moving for 15 years. When I had to put this thing together out of the box, I was swearing because it doesn't make any sense. And still at every show I put them together, I'm a little bit confused with how the poles inside here connect to this. It's really a silly design, but not a big deal. Helps if you have 2 people, makes your life easier. All right, four-wheeler, so that this right here and this right here can just go on top of wheels, and I can seamlessly push it into the venue without having to struggle. All right, so this is what I use. This is, let me say it correctly, permethrin. This is basically a bug killer. It is not like spray that you would put on your body. You do not put this on your body. You do not put anything on your body that is wet with this. Very important. This is legit poison. You can have a reaction, not a good time. But what I do is I spray down that tablecloth, those inserts, the paper towels in there a few days before the show, because what you need to do with this is allow this to dry. It needs to dry out of sunlight and be completely dry before you can handle it. And when I'm actually applying this, I use a mask, I use gloves, and I make sure the stuff doesn't get on my body. So once this dries, if you keep it out of the sunlight, it pretty much will work for something like 6+ weeks. If a bug lands on something that's treated with it, the bug's gonna die, or at least want to get the heck out of there. So I treat everything that goes into the show with that. That way, if there's mites or anything hopping around off someone else's table, or someone's coming by with stuff they purchased at another table and the little mites want to jump off onto your table. This is saying, F you, get away from my stuff, or you're going to die. I mean, that's the way I look at it. So that's an effective preventative way of keeping the mites away. And then that doubles back to this. At the end of the show, we're going to put these pest strips in, and that will just kind of like a second line of defense. And this is another item you don't want to be touching with your bare hands. Again, this is, you know, you're cutting this up with gloves on. All right, and don't forget to bring your snakes. That's important. After all this, you're going to need to go and select the animals that you want to use. And that itself is time consuming. I select everything the night before I go away. I clearly mark it so I can go down in the morning and just start pulling the animals out, putting them in their homes so they're in the travel cases for as little time as possible. All right, I hope that's going to help some people who are preparing for a reptile venue, a reptile expo rather. Again, you don't need all this stuff, but it certainly helps to have most of it. If you like the video, please click like, subscribe, and let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching.